Yo, and welcome back to Curling the Commish. Hope everyone had a great weekend and a great start to their week. Today on the podcast, we'll be talking about NFL, college football, NBA. We got a new segment, Educate Yourself, where we'll get to later, and we're bringing back the fact that we are in college. Noah, how we doing?
I'm doing good. NFL season just got going. That first NFL Sunday really is, I think, one of the best days of the year. I saw a great tweet. I don't know who tweeted it, but it was so accurate. It was like the first Thursday night game is like December 21st, Christmas dinner with your extended family. And then the first Sunday is like Christmas. And that's so true. Like when you hear Scott Hanson say 7 hours of commercial free football for the first time of the season, like that's pornographic.
It hits different. It gets you in your feels. It really brings a tear to the eye when you get to hear that, especially if you're in fantasy and you just have to watch all the games. But yeah, no, NFL Sunday, always great. Loved having it back. Loved being able to push my homework off, thinking I was going to do it, but never did it. Ended up doing it at that night. And just a great day. I feel like great football was played. Maybe it was going to be a little lackluster, but I think it was all around pretty good football. I'm so happy that it's back.
Yeah, I agree with you on the quality. Like you didn't know what I thought it was going to be a real shit show. Like just because the no preseason, weird training camps, they started hitting late, but I thought it was really good football. Like I mean, like pretty much everything. Some upsets as we'll get into, but like
Mhm.
pretty much everything you expected to happen.
Yeah,
And
and not many injuries, I don't think.
mhm,
So, I mean, that's
yeah,
always good. But I mean,
yeah,
if anyone listened to the last podcast, we made some picks and I just absolutely destroyed the picks. And we'll also get to that later. We got to come up with something for Noah to do because that was just a disgrace on his part. But
yeah.
let's
I
get
mean,
into the first.
yeah. I lost.
I was hot. I was hot that day. I'm going to remain hot if people are gamblers out there. You can tell me if you want to, but it's whatever. All right, first game, New Jersey. New Jersey. Holy. New York Jets at Buffalo. Jets play classic Jets football. I feel like just they aren't good. I don't think they're going to be good for a while. They look terrible. But the Bills look strong. I feel like Diggs and Brown are definitely two legit weapons on the outside, very solid. But I feel like if they need to continue to improve, Josh Allen had a great quarterback play, but they don't have a running back. Josh Allen, he's mobile and he can run, but he should not be leading your team in rushing yards.
Yeah, I mean, you said it. Like classic Jets football. I mean, like, can we just give up on Sam Darnold already? He's not good. He's not. He's
He's
like
not good at all.
they had that stretch last year where they're like, oh, 7-1 with Darnold. If he didn't get mono, maybe. It's like they were playing garbage games. The guy fucking stinks. Adam Gase, their coach, that guy's a buffoon. The
He's a
Jets had
freak.
9 penalties, tied for the most in the league. Terribly unprepared, 21-3 in the first half. They came out looking like it was a preseason game, and Le'Veon Bell has already quit on the team. So
Yeah, he's hurt, right? I think he did something to his hamstring.
yeah, all right. I mean, he had 6 carries. Frank Gore had 6 carries. So yeah,
Yeah, it's over. The Jets
they're
should
done.
just quit the league. They're not going anywhere. It is what it is. I mean, who expected less? I think it was either on a different broadcast or the Jets broadcast that another broadcaster chirped Mark Sanchez, and like they did a play, and they were like, "It's looking like the Jets butt fumble out here right now,"
I
and then
saw
Mark
that.
Sanchez was not happy with the guy at all.
Yeah, I saw that. But I mean, they're a very chirpable team. But the Bills, I think people are kind of putting them in the top three of the AFC with the Chiefs and oh, my AirPods just did a little toot 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 noise. If they die, we could be in some
They're
trouble.
gonna die. They're gonna
They're gonna
die for
die.
sure. Do the little old one trick, like take a one out, charge it, and then switch them.
Only problem is the case is also dead, so that won't be working. We might have to take a little AirPods break at some point. But
AirPods
I
Pro break.
think, yeah, I think the Bills, I think they deserve to be up there. Like the question is Josh Allen going to hold them back? And I really don't think he is. He missed a few throws, but I think he's good enough. He's got weapons now, and I mean the plays he makes with his legs. So I think he's up there. I think if they lose to one of those teams, it's not going to be because of him.
No, I agree. I think he's definitely like he's a solid quarterback right now, and he makes good plays. And I think come week 2, he's going to be a legit. I'm a good quarterback, and I'm here to stay, and I can lead the Bills to the playoffs, potentially make a playoff run. Not saying they will, but definitely be a contender. I don't know about top 3, but I think they're definitely going to make some noise for sure.
Yeah. Then you got Cleveland, Baltimore. How are the Browns still so bad?
So bad. They make all these moves, and they just can't do anything. They're just doing everything wrong. Okay. I mean, first of all, Lamar Jackson looked fantastic. He's
Yeah.
so shifty, and his long distance throws were looking pretty good. But like to me, the Ravens, like, still, I don't know why. I don't know what it is. They're just not screaming like we're Super Bowl contenders. We're going to make it to the Super Bowl. Even
The
against the
Ravens,
Browns, who
really.
suck. Yeah, to me, the Ravens just, they're not like there. Like, I don't know what it is, but like, I'm looking at them and just like, they don't have like it. They have Lamar Jackson, who's an MVP, and they have this whole running attack where they can like bring anyone in. Like, their touchdown threat with J.K. Dobbins had 2 touchdowns, but like, they're just like, they're not, I'm winning the Super Bowl. I'm not going to take that next step forward. I feel like they need one more like guy, and
Mm.
then I think they'll get there. But I don't know. Just they don't scream like I'm in the Super Bowl. I'm gonna win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with you in the sense that, like, because of the way last year went, where they had this real dominant regular season, and then just got smoked in the first round. It's kind of like whatever they do in the regular season this year is kind of irrelevant. Like, nobody's gonna care because we've seen it before and it didn't mean anything. So like they could go 14-2, 15-1, and people are still gonna be asking the questions. You know, it doesn't matter until you get to the postseason.
Like,
But
Lamar Jackson's gonna be in the MVP race at the end of the year, probably 1, 2, 3. So like he's legit. He showed us that he's legit, and he showed us that he got better this week. But he can't do it like alone. Like, you need another explosive guy. Like the Chiefs, they have Patrick Mahomes, but they also have the best tight end, Travis Kelce. And then they have the explosive Tyreek Hill on the outside, and then other pieces around them. And I feel like the Ravens have the guy, Lamar Jackson, with other pieces, but they don't have that 1-2 punch.
yeah, I agree. I guess they don't have like a real elite guy, but I think the guys who were around him got better. Like Hollywood Brown, he looked good and he put on a ton
Mm-hmm.
of weight,
He
not
did.
like the good kind of weight.
Yeah,
And
muscle.
yeah, then they drafted J.K. Dobbins. He scored twice, I think. He looked
Yeah, he
really
was
good.
good. Yeah.
So I mean, I think they're making. It's weird because like you see these teams, like you're right, like you have the Chiefs with like these huge superstars, and then you kind of have these teams like San Francisco who just have a big compilation of like good players, but
Mm-hmm.
like no superstars. And I guess you got to see.
But bringing
It
up bringing
hasn't.
up San Francisco is a good point because they just lost to the Arizona Cardinals. So I feel like surprised a lot of people. But a lot of people coming into the season were high on Kyler Murray, and then like the Cardinals went out and they went and got DeAndre Hopkins. Now they have a legitimate 1-2 punch. Kyler Murray, I feel like, showed that he can do it with the arm and his legs yesterday. And then DeAndre Hopkins looked great. You still have Larry Fitzgerald. DeAndre Hopkins is only going to get better from learning from Larry Fitzgerald, who has like more tackles in his career than he has and then he has
Drops.
drops. So like the Cardinals are doing a good job. Their defense looked nice. Like if the Ravens go out and get that guy this year somehow, I think that changes my whole opinion on them. But they need that guy. So
Yeah, and then to go back to the Browns for a second, I mean, Kevin
they're so
Stefanski's
bad.
Kevin Stefanski already fucking up. Like he called a fake punt in the first quarter against the best regular season team in the AFC, down 6 points on your own like 30. Like if you're the Browns coach after what they've had to deal with, all you don't even have to be average. You just have to be like a D plus, and people will be like, all right, like he's an improvement. Like what are you all? You just don't do anything dumb. Just do like if you set Madden to like auto coach, just
Mhm.
do that. Like
Just
nothing
follow the play
crazy.
calls. Like, make a sheet and
Yes.
follow them. You don't have to do anything spectacular at all. No one's expecting you to go out here and beat the Ravens. Like it's like when you have a bad team and like they're gonna be bad, but if they show a fight against one of the best teams, you're gonna be like, hey, that was a good week. We
Yeah.
didn't win, but we didn't embarrass ourselves. And then the Browns came around and embarrassed themselves.
Yeah, that's why I do think the Browns are bad, but I don't think you can put too much stock into that one because the Ravens are still really good.
Yeah,
But
for
if the
sure.
Browns go up against Cincinnati next week and lose that one, they should
Dude,
fire
I
everybody.
I don't know. Cincinnati obviously isn't that good, but Joe Burrow already leading game-winning drives. They should have won. They should have tied that game and probably won in overtime. But besides the point, the Browns can go 0-2. They can't go 0-3. You can come back from 0-2. Obviously, you can come back from 0-3. But if you go 0-2, it's a shit show. Cleveland is Cleveland. I feel like we're just wasting time talking about Cleveland at this point. I mean, they obviously have the potential to do well. I mean, they have Jarvis Landry, Baker Mayfield, Odell Beckham Jr., Nick Chubb, but they're just
Yeah, I mean they're 6.5 point favorites next week against Cincinnati. if they win that game and go 1-1, I'm gonna be a believer. I'm gonna believe in them
Yeah, I mean,
for
it's
sure.
just like what happens when the Browns win a game. You're like, oh, maybe they can do it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Chicago, Detroit, Chicago at Detroit. Watching the game, I was kind of laughing. Like Mitchell Trubisky was struggling to throw a spiral. I don't know if you saw that, but I don't think I saw one throw until the end of the game where it was a spiral and a nice throw. I on NFL memes on underscore IG. I don't know if you saw this post I'm about to talk about, but it was a throw Mitch Trubisky had that was basically almost directly at the Lions defense, and they captioned it, Mitch Trubisky's pass intended for the Lions defense nearly gets intercepted by a Bears wide receiver. Like he was just getting destroyed on social media, but then he throws an absolute dot to win the game. So like in my mind, all is forgiven, and he's a good quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, he's bad. Like you watch the first 3 quarters and it's pain. He's incompetent. He misses wide open receivers. He throws it to guys in double coverage. No picks for Mitch, but not the best decision maker, as you noted. He doesn't throw the best ball, but the guy's sneaky clutch. Like big spots, like when they need him to make plays, he kind of does it sometimes. Like I'm not saying, he's not Tom Brady, but there's times when you're like whenever I'm sitting there, like, yeah, they have Mitch, this one's done. He kind of surprises me. Like they were down 23-6 at the start of the fourth quarter, and like he's making some throws where it's like, oh, that's pretty fucking good. Like he wasn't
Yeah,
terrible.
he's like the king of being like, I'm trash. But like, oh, don't forget, like, I'm gonna make you think like I could do it. Like he's kind of like the Browns. Like he'll have like one or two throws where he makes you a believer. Like if the Browns win, you're like the Browns have it. They're Super Bowl champs. If Mitch Trubisky makes a couple throws, you're like, oh, he's back. We're good. We're fine.
Yeah, no, you watch him and like you understand why Bears fans like defend the guy because like he just gives you glimpses of hope and like he gives you
Mhm.
enough to ignore all the bad.
I
But
mean,
I mean,
you also like the Bears fans aren't gonna shit on him because they don't want to give up on like what was he, the second overall pick already? Like
yeah,
that's such an embarrassment that they could have gotten like Patrick Mahomes or anyone else in that draft, but they went with Mitch Trubisky. Like you can't as a fan be like we're done with him. That would just be too embarrassing.
yeah. I mean, I guess we'll see if he hangs on or if Nick Foles get the job. But in terms of the other quarterback in that game, I feel so bad for
I
Matt
do. I literally
Stafford.
have that written down. Put Matt Stafford on a different team. It's just so sad. He has a Hall of Fame career anywhere else.
Yeah, I mean, he's a talented guy. Just the coach, Matt Patricia, is terrible. I mean, I think he could be first coach fired. There's odds for that every year. He's got to be amongst the top. Uh, he's got, I mean, 23-6 at the start of the fourth. The team makes zero effort to run the clock out on offense. AP was running pretty well in the game.
He was doing
And
well.
yeah, and they didn't give it to him. They kept throwing the ball in the fourth quarter against a Bears defense that I don't think played great, but why are you throwing the ball? Just run the clock. Don't give him the ball.
Oh, the Bears defense was terrible, dude. Like they were all like I had them in fantasy. Like I mean, obviously it's fantasy, so whatever. But they did nothing. They couldn't stop Adrian Peterson at all. They just at the end of the game, I think they had a sack and an interception, which was clutch. But besides that, they weren't doing anything all game. So like you were saying, if they just kept feeding it to Adrian Peterson, it would have been a different game. Like it was all. I think the Lions should have easily won that game.
Yeah, and then Stafford, the coaching, the
Poor
defense.
Stafford. Poor Stafford.
Yeah, they do everything they can to fuck him. He gets the ball, 2-minute drill, leads him down the field. He does it again. He puts him in a position to win, puts the ball in the running back's hands.
Dude, that
End
was
zone. This
brutal.
motherfucker drops it.
Can we petition? Can we make a petition like hashtag free Stafford and like get that trending on Twitter? Like do our best to get that trending on Twitter. Like he's
Matthew
got to get out of
Stafford's
there.
probably already started it, but yeah,
I mean,
I mean,
dude, at the end, like you just said, he did another game-winning drive. Like I looked it up. Matthew Stafford has 7 more late-game victories than any other quarterback over the last 5 seasons. That's according to NFL.com, and according to NFL.com too. Stafford has reached 30,000 career passing yards in just 109 career games, which is the fastest any quarterback has ever gotten to that mark since the merger in 1970 AFL and NFL. Also NFL.com, but I mean maybe Patrick Mahomes breaks that. But you have a quarterback that is breaking records on the worst team ever. They have nothing for him.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think I think you talk about that petition. He's probably at the forefront of it. So
Yeah, we
yeah.
just do a hashtag free Stafford, and then a burner account's like, "Yo, get me out of here," and he's like,
Yeah.
and then you immediately take it down because he forgot the me part.
Yeah, I think you got Miami, New England. I'm going to overreact to this one, and I think the Patriots are going to be in the AFC title game.
Yo, those takes don't hit. Do not listen to Noah. I thought it was a good win, but they beat Miami by 10 points.
Okay,
Like
well, what
Cam
happened
Newton.
when
All right, what happened?
Miami?
Tell
What
me.
happened when Miami went into Foxborough last year?
I think
Miami beat
Miami
them.
beat them.
Miami beat them. So improvement,
They
improvement. I
improved,
love
yeah,
Tom
but
Brady, but
yeah, he did great this weekend. But Cam Newton, to me, looking at it, Cam Newton did well. He did he did his job for sure. But obviously, week one comes with rust when you come off of injuries. They haven't played in a while. I think he looked decent running, but definitely not as fast as he used to. But he still was able to get 2 rushing touchdowns. He did well. I think he did exactly what he was supposed to do. He was supposed to come in, win. Some critics definitely shut up, but other critics are going to keep coming at him. I think he's going to do well. I think the Patriots are going to do well. Title game, I think, is a really hot take that's not going to happen.
yeah, it
And
could be.
yeah,
But I'm just something about like seeing Patriots uniforms on Gillette Field, like winning a game. It's just like, and Bill Belichick on the sidelines. It's just like, oh yeah, like
no,
they're
they have a
still the
chance.
Patriots.
They definitely have a chance. I don't know if they're still the Patriots. I think Bill Belichick, though, is doing a good job of not being like, hey, we are still like the Pats. Like he seems like he's changing with Cam Newton as his new quarterback. He likes Cam Newton as his quarterback, obviously. So he's going to embrace the ability to have a mobile QB with not that many weapons on the outside. So I mean, I think good things are coming for the Patriots, but I don't know about if they're going to be like that contender still.
Yeah, I mean, I really only start. Dude, Steven Gostkowski just missed his third fucking field goal of the night. This guy
Third one,
stinks.
dude. I
Yeah,
don't even want to watch this game. Like, is Denver winning?
it's 7-7. It should be 16-7 if Gostkowski. I mean, one was blocked, but this one was a 42 yarder, shanked it left.
How's Jerry
But
Judy doing? Jerry Judy.
I don't know. He's doing fine. He had a few nice plays, I think. But yeah, Miami. I was kind of disappointed by the lack of Fitzmagic in this one. Like
Yeah,
week one, he pulls something out of his ass every year. Like you're just waiting on it. He uses that big Harvard brain just to
mhm.
game plan all off
That's
season for
insane that
one
he went to
game.
Harvard. Like,
Yeah, and
you
he
do not picture that guy like that guy attended Harvard.
no, you definitely don't. And
He's like,
he
I
just
feel like he's
uses
like
that.
anti-Harvard.
I mean,
But then, I
he's
mean,
pretty
no, like it
smart on the
looks,
field. Huh?
looks. No, I'm saying
Oh
like he
yeah, yeah,
looks
yeah,
like he'd be anti-Harvard.
yeah. He looks
But
homeless, but
he
yeah,
does.
I don't know. You just expect him to perform better in week
Yeah,
one.
yeah. I honestly thought that maybe he would put up more of a fight. Didn't do too hot. End of the game, I hated what Miami did. Like kind of like fuck off. Like, why are you trying to grab at Cam Newton's chain? Like, you lost.
Mhm.
Like, get off the field. Like, it's just the ultimate like dick move.
For sure. Yeah. I don't know. Chain snatching's always kind of cool to me. I always like snatch the chain,
Taking,
you know. Yeah, it's always just like,
but like
oh, he
maybe
snatched
for
your
like
chain.
I don't know. Yeah, but we also took the dub. Like
Yeah.
now
I
I'm
don't
just
know.
the guy that looks like a dick. Word on the street I heard. I don't have the quote or anything, but apparently like his Cam Newton's grandma gave him this chain. Is what
Oh,
I heard.
that's
So
sad.
now it just kind of brings in an extra element where the Miami Dolphins should just. I mean, what are
Yeah.
you going to go 0-16 again? Like, I mean, they're off.
When do you think it's Tua time?
I thought it was going to be 2 a time week one. I mean, unless he is hurt, why aren't you getting him reps? And when you're like Fitzmagic doesn't have magic, it seems like. So put in Tua. Maybe Tua can do something special like he did when he came in for Alabama. But I want to see Tua. I do. But it is Miami, and they're not going to be anything special. So, like, if he's still kind of hurt, not 100%, why would you put him in?
Yeah. I agree. Like I could only see the injury concerns as thing because like I get like, oh, you're gonna sit like kind of like Jordan Love, Aaron Rodgers. Like, yeah, you're gonna get something learning from Aaron Rodgers. Like, I don't know, it's Fitzpatrick. Like, how much are you gonna learn? You know?
You just learn like some swag from him.
Yeah.
Just like, pull out the
Here's
chest
how to
hair a
be
little bit in your
average.
interviews. Yeah, here's how to be
Yeah.
average with a little bit of magic sprinkled in there. We
Yeah.
kind of touched on Arizona and San Francisco already. I feel like San Francisco kind of let down, but George Kittle, I think, is a knee sprain. So that's tough for sure, taking one of your best players out. Mostert did well, though. But, yeah, I don't know. Arizona's definitely a team to watch now after that. I feel like DeAndre Hopkins, Larry Fitzgerald, and Kyler Murray, did really well together. So
Yeah, Kyler Murray looks so small out there still.
he
Like
does.
nothing
He's so
changed.
shifty though, dude.
Yeah, but so
Like,
fun. I agree. Like some of
yeah,
that
see
baseball
him
guys
run.
throwing a football, like the
Hmm.
way they do it, just slinging it, it's fun. And Bill O'Brien still an asshole. Like that's tough.
Yeah, like what?
DeAndre
Why is
Hopkins,
that?
14 receptions, and then he's chirping on Twitter too. It's just he's a fucking asshole. Like he
Like,
looks so
just why
stupid.
is he still like the coach of the Texans?
Yeah,
He's done nothing except for
yeah,
like injure Deshaun Watson every year.
yeah. You talk about the first coach fired odds. That guy, I feel like he's been at the top of the list like every year for like the last 3-4 years, and they just keep hanging on to him. But
Who do you want to
you
see?
know,
Who do you want to see have his job?
I mean, I don't have a candidate in mind off the top of my head, but
What
I
type?
mean,
What type of coach?
I mean, I'm always a fan of like young college hotshot getting
Mhm.
a job. You know, maybe it'd be cool to see a Big 12 coach. I mean, Lincoln Riley, maybe. I don't know.
Little
Oklahoma,
Dabo
Texas.
Sweeney reunion.
Happen. Yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah,
That
yeah,
would be
for
interesting.
sure.
I'd pay to watch that. We'll quickly go over the picks we had where I absolutely destroyed Noah. Noah didn't even stand a chance. It was almost
Yeah.
embarrassing. He was so confident. He went in, probably did all this research, probably spent like an hour and a half after doing it. He's like, I'm going to prove Eddie wrong. I'm going to do it. And he didn't at all. Would you get one pick? Did you get one pick?
I did. The Giants. Giants.
Yeah, that was brutal. I'm not even going to talk about that. But, Minnesota, Green Bay, it's fucking Aaron Rodgers. People are just sleeping on Aaron Rodgers and the Packers for some reason, thinking they're not going to be great. Don't sleep on the Packers. Don't sleep on Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, great week one. I'm not even going to allow you to talk about Minnesota because they lost. So I'm going to keep
I
going.
mean, I'm definitely gonna blame that one. Not on Kirk Cousins. Like I was expecting if I lost that one to be like, yep, Kirk Cousins fucking sucks. But he didn't play. He didn't play terrible. He put up
Who was it
34
on?
points, I think.
I
The
mean, the
defense
defense, I
giving up
guess. Yeah.
49. But yeah, I just refuse to believe. You could call it being stubborn. I refuse to believe in Aaron Rodgers. I think last season
Why?
fluky.
Why won't you believe? Like, it doesn't make sense. He's a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Yeah, it's
First
mainly
ballot.
personal dislike for him.
Okay.
Yeah,
We'll get to
it's,
some more personal, just like a little 2 picks away.
Yeah.
I have a ball with that one. Tampa Bay, New Orleans. You hopped on the hype train so fast, my friend, and
Still,
I wasn't buying it at all. Tampa, to me, didn't look that impressive. Tom Brady only threw for 239 yards, 2 touchdowns. He also had 2 interceptions, though. He didn't look insane. Gronk, only 2 catches. I think, for 11 yards. But I know for sure that both of them are going to pick it up. Tampa Bay is still definitely a team to look at and be a contender, but New Orleans just looked better. Kamara did well. Drew Brees, I think, did well. So they sent Tampa home, and I called it again.
Yeah, it's like scary when Tom Brady and Drew Brees are in the pocket. Like they're so old and so
Fragile.
immobile. Like, yeah, like when Tom Brady, he did like the first touchdown of the game. It was like a 3-yard QB sneak. You're like guys like jumped on his head. You're like, he's not getting up from that, but he bounced right up. But
Almost
Tampa
threw his
Bay,
hip out when he slammed the ball into the ground.
yeah, yeah. The Saints played well, but I think Tampa Bay like threw that one away. I don't think they were as prepared as they should have been. Like they ran way too
Bro,
much.
that's like saying like I could have done so well on that test, but like I just didn't study because I don't care. Like that's the worst excuse for a team. Like, oh, we weren't prepared enough. Like we could have like obviously tried harder, but like we.
I
took it
mean,
too
well,
easy.
you
Like, that's
got.
on you though. Like that's on your team as a whole, not prepping for the game enough.
I mean, sort of, but you also have the
Sort
Saints
of?
who
What do you
the
mean,
Saints
sort
kept
of?
the whole core together over years and years. And then Tampa Bay in an off season where you can't have preseason games, you can't hit. They're bringing in all these new players. Like it's like
You think Jameis would have beaten the Saints?
no, but I don't think James is as good.
No,
like this team, I
but
think
like
week
the core,
one.
the core. You kept the Tampa Bay core together. Were they taking it up?
No, but I think week one, like the core changed.
No,
The change, new running
I'm
backs,
kidding.
new fucking Tom Brady. So yeah, I mean,
But
I
no,
think.
yeah. Continue.
I don't know. And Leonard Fournette, he still stinks. The guy, they gave him like 2 carries in a row. They're like, that's enough of that shit. The guy just gets up to the line of scrimmage, like looks around. He's like, I don't know what to do. And then they just fucking tackle him. 1-yard loss. 9 penalties on Tampa Bay. That's what I'm talking about. Like lack of preparation. Like, yeah, Sean Payton's a better fucking coach than Bruce Arians. Must have been tough for Brady, like with Belichick going to they're not having 9 penalties in a game in New England to Tampa Bay where they're doing that. And then people saying Brady looked old, like his numbers weren't great, but I will say in his defense, there was a couple of deep pass interferences that Tampa Bay got. And if New Orleans doesn't hold and those passes are caught, then I think his numbers look a little different. So, he maybe gets over the 300 mark. So I think that it changes around. So I'm not that nervous about him.
Yeah, week 1, Tampa Bay loses to the Saints, who is another Super Bowl contender with the new core, as you're talking about. It takes a while to get used to it. So, obviously, Tampa Bay's fine. But, it's also fun to say that they're not fine and that Tom Brady might not even make the playoffs. So, I'm going to say it. Tampa Bay might not make the playoffs. We don't know what's going to happen. They didn't look too impressive. People were saying Gronk is the best tight end in the league now. Best tight ends in the league don't catch 2 receptions for only 11 yards. I'm just saying that right now. So they're in danger.
Talk about fragile.
Maybe.
He looked old.
He did. Also, to go back to the point, just to touch on the Giants game tonight just a little bit. The Giants offensive line is brutal. Saquon Barkley would touch the ball, get tackled. I don't if I hear tomorrow morning or tonight or from you right now that Saquon Barkley didn't play well, when he was in the open, when he caught the ball in the open field, he had one catch and run where he stopped on a dime, juked a guy, and hurdled someone. I leaped out of my chair. It was so sick. So when he is given a chance to run and not get tackled right away, he is a top 2 running back in the league. But the Giants needed an offensive line, and they don't have one, and it was brutal to watch them just let him. I'm surprised he didn't come out just concussed and broken everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, he had 6 yards. I blame some on the offensive line, but I put an equal blame on the play calling. They keep like you said, he's so good in space, and every play they just ram him right into the center's ass.
Bud Dupree made his name known again today of how many times he tackled Saquon.
Yeah, they don't run him off tackle. They don't give him a pitch. They don't even give him a chance to get in space. They just send him. They did the same shit last year. They just send him right up the gut into a pile in the offensive line. I don't care who you are.
And they would try to get him on the outside, and they couldn't even get him on the outside. Everyone just shift over there and get him. It was so annoying to watch. I feel bad for Saquon. I think they figured it out. Daniel Jones looked good. Giants made some good progressions down the field. So I think the Giants might be a 6-win team this year, 7-win team. I don't know, maybe. And the Dallas Cowboys took a hard L. Noah's been getting chirped from everyone. My brother chirped Noah. He tells Noah, make sure that he knows the Cowboys lost. But, come on. What do you expect? It's the fucking Cowboys. You think they were going to be the Rams? New stadium. Always going to win. Stadium was so sick. But the Cowboys aren't good. I'm sorry, they're not going to make it to the Super Bowl. That's just not going to happen. I don't know why people are Super Bowl. No. I agree with, no, it's just. No.
Not good is a broad statement. What is good? Is good a playoff team? If good is a Super Bowl team, well, then 30 teams.
Well,
in the
good?
league
No.
Good.
Think about it. Since with the expansion of the playoffs, I think good is a playoff team.
Okay.
I think average is you miss the playoffs, and I think you're bad if you're a Cleveland or I don't know another team. But yeah, the Dallas Cowboys just continue. If you continue to do the same thing over and over and over again, you just become average. The Dallas Cowboys are an average team. You know what you're going to get. You're going to get hyped up. They're going to suck. They're going to show you glimpses. They're the Mitchell Trubisky's. Why is that name so hard? They're the Mitchell Trubisky's of teams.
Yeah, I mean, it really is just the same shit every year. They're so unclutch. Last year, every Sunday night, I would go to bed thinking, I fucking hate Jason Garrett. He lost every game for him last year, and then they signed Mike McCarthy.
Giants' defense looked good today.
The Giants?
Yeah, I think their defense looked pretty good.
He's an offensive coordinator.
Yeah, well, I forgot that mid-sentence. But, I mean, just saying that out loud, I feel stupid, but at the same time, I'm like,
Okay.
Yeah. Are they really that stupid?
Yeah, he fucking stinks. And then they bring in Mike McCarthy, and you think
all
right,
offensive coordinator?
Yeah.
That's how irrelevant coordinators are to me.
Yeah, he's an idiot. But then they bring in Mike McCarthy, and you're thinking all right, a little more intelligence. And then a lot of people are defending his choice to go for it on 4th down on the 7-yard line with 11 minutes left. I didn't like it. It's the Rams were chewing clock on offense all night. They were
They press the
like
RB
Malcolm
button in
Brown.
Madden to chew clock.
Yeah, Malcolm Brown was just like running ball down their fucking throats, and like it's just they're just ticking time clock down. So yeah, there's 11 minutes left, but you're probably gonna get the ball back like 6-7 minutes, and you've shown you don't have the ability to perform in clutch. They were 1-6 in one possession games last year. So and then if you had 3rd and 6, they ran the ball with Zeke, which I liked because he was running well all night. I thought
The
he could
feed me tattoo on the stomach.
feed me was cool. They gave the ball to him, which I thought that was I didn't hate that play call. I liked it. Then you have 4th and 3. Why are you running a 2-yard drag? Just get ahead of the sticks and you throw it to the smallest guy on the field, which I don't blame CD Lamb. Like he got fucking cocked by the safety. So like I don't know why you're throwing the ball ahead of the yard line, and then you end up getting the ball back. Like you have to do a 2-minute drill, which we know what's going to happen. The Cowboys in a 2-minute drill, they're not fucking converting. But again, the play calling is atrocious. It's 4-yard out to Amari Cooper, who he just catches it and gets tackled by fucking Jalen Ramsey. And like it stays in
Ramsey
bounds.
played well yesterday.
He did play very well. And you just get fucking tackled inbound. You have one timeout left, so you can't call it. You might as well be just running the ball at that point. Like it was atrocious down the stretch. And then you finally make a good play with the throw to Ramsey and bullshit call. That was bullshit. And I won't go bullshit on the bullshit meter. He did.
It was
flop.
just soft. It was like
yeah.
It
The
was a
bullshit meter. I'd give it like a 6.
but it was like a flop. Like
it's like know the situation there. Like. Like by the rule book, I guess you could call it.
There was an absurd amount of like offensive pass interferences, and by absurd I mean 3. Like AJ Green had one, lost the game. Cowboys receiver had one, lost the game, and then I think there was another one tonight that got called back with a touchdown or over the weekend. But it was just absurd. Like I haven't seen this many, and they're just kind of stupid. Like I feel like I don't want the NFL to end up being like a touchy-feely type game, even though like obviously it's football, it never can. Like in the NBA, it's gone so soft where you put a hand on someone, it's a flag. You throw it's a foul. I don't want like I barely touched you. I pushed off a little bit to become a pass interference both ways. Now I feel like that might like ruin the NFL game.
Yeah, I think this year with the no fans, I think you're going to see the refs calling a lot more penalties because I mean. I feel like there might, like when there's fans, like, like especially if you're going to make a call against the home team, like you better be right or they're just going to unleash on you. But this year, like with no fans, I think they're just a lot more lenient to throw the flag.
Refs
One
are
of my
just
AirPods
so
is
annoying. An AirPod is down. Put it in the case. Your case is dead.
No, I'll charge the case. You talk. Yeah, I'll charge the case.
So, like, one of the things, like, refs are just so annoying. I feel like they take everything so personally and they let outside influences just, like, really get in their way. And like it's so funny when they make a call and the whole stadium boos everyone. Like I was at a Rutgers game one time and like I almost felt bad for the ref because he was getting booed like crazy, and then he's backpedaling downfield and he just eats shit and the whole stadium goes crazy and he starts laughing at him. Like imagine you're like 50,000 people are just giving you the biggest FU possible. Like personally, I don't like refs. I think they're just big huge drama queens, but like you got to have some respect for like each and every day you have 35,000 people that absolutely hate you and let you know to your face.
Yeah, and that's why I think you're going to see him throwing the flags more. I mean, I don't have the numbers, but I know I thought there was some more flags, like you said, with the offensive pass interference. But yeah, I mean, just one more thing about the Cowboys. We talked about it. You said they won't make the playoffs. I mean, their schedule is pretty easy, so I think they'll at least scrap together like 9 wins and get in. But yes,
they're not making it. Did I say they weren't going to be in the playoffs?
You implied it very heavily. You said average teams don't make the playoffs, and they're average, which if A equals B and B equals C, that means the Cowboys aren't going to make the playoffs.
I guess
transgender property.
I'll stick with it. That they aren't making the playoffs, I guess. So yeah, they're average team. I don't know if you know this, but last night, like it just came in like they lost.
Yeah, no, I'm aware. I'm dead.
The Cowboys lost their own one. If the season ended today, they're the worst team ever in football.
That's true. I mean, and it is a season where it's a year where the season might end today. Like, you never know. It could
It
have
could
fucking
end today.
happened.
You never know. I think out of all the sports so far, this is like I win the Super Bowl. If nothing goes wrong, there's no asterisk.
Yeah, I agree. But all right, do you think something's a little weird going on with the NFL's corona numbers? Like, they had zero
Oh
positive tests, and they don't have a
no!
bubble.
Didn't they get
So,
like one? And Roger Goodell was like, no, 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 new
well, they
test.
had
Like,
like 80, and they were just like, Roger Goodell's like, that is the testing site, false positives. Don't worry about it. It's
that's
fucking
just like
bullshit.
that's just like such football. Like come on. Like if someone even got Rona, Roger Goodell would be like, yo, you feel good? Like, do you want me to be like, no, he doesn't have Rona? And then the guy's
Yeah.
like, nah, dude, I'm good to go. Put me in. And he's like, all right, yeah, no, it's fake. Let's switch it up a little bit. We're fine. Don't worry about it. But yeah, the NFL will not cancel the season. Like they're like,
Yeah.
everyone can opt out, go for it. We'll forget about you and just play the season without you.
Yeah, no, a little funny that like the first graphic I see on Red Zone, it's like zero positive tests today. It's like, oh yeah, well, I'm
He's
sure.
like, okay, yeah,
They're not
not a
even sending them
chance
to
in
the
the
lab. The
world.
guys just take the test. They just put them in the fucking garbage.
He's like, I got COVID tested today, and like, it was like I guess legit, like it was COVID test, but I can only imagine what's going on with like they're probably like, hey, spit in this bottle for me real quick, and like they'll
Yeah,
spit into like the trash can next to it, and then just like, oh yeah, you're good to go,
yeah.
and then just
Lady holds out like a
send it
Poland
in,
Spring bottle, it's just like spitting here. All right, dumps it
and then
out
you
for the next
mix it
guy.
up with some water. All right, moving on to college football. Weird top 25 poll. You have some new teams in there. After week one, you have some 2-0 teams, you have some 1-0 teams, you have some 0-0 teams. Florida Gators, fifth best team in the country. I wasn't expecting that at all. What is it? The Louisiana Red Raiders finessed
Louisiana
their way
Lafayette
in.
Raging Cajuns.
The Raging Cajuns finessed their way in there somehow. I don't know where they are. Yeah, Pitt coming in at 25. There's just a lot of craziness going on in the college football world right now, and I feel like that's all that you can really expect in the COVID world. So
Yeah, I like it. Like a lot of these big South teams, like we'll talk about, or excuse me, the Sun Belt, like they're teams that get paid to just get the shit kicked out of them. Like
mhm.
Louisiana Lafayette, I feel like every year they're going down to an Alabama, a Florida, and LSU just to get murdered. So like to sit at 19th in the country, like your fans are never gonna
No,
forget that. Like that's an all
that's
time.
so nice. Like I don't know if you were a Rutgers fan when Rutgers was getting up to like the 12 and the 13s, and it's just like having your team up there is just such a nice time. And the Raging Cajuns, like they're never going to experience this again. They're not going to be talked about next year ever. Like same goes with like I mean Appalachian State, I guess is always there,
They're always
like
around,
just
yeah.
finessing their way, and then but like some of these teams, just like they're not going to get to
Yeah,
experience this
like
again except for COVID.
A Louisiana Lafayette, like those fans for the next like 20, 30 years be like, you remember 2020? Like 19, we hit 19. Like
Yeah,
it'll
right when
always
we
just be
just
like, it might happen again. Like just a
right when we
glimmer of hope.
destroy COVID as a country and just say fuck you to COVID, like everyone's just gonna remember that. Hey, the Raging Cajuns were 19. Remember that?
Yeah, and Army also cracked it, and you always love to see them in there with
Yeah.
that wild offense they run. But
Yep.
Clemson Wake, how was your experience?
Everyone wants the shit, and I saw ESPN Clemson cruises by Wake Forest. Like, it's the wrong attitude to have. Are you kidding me? Cruised by? Did you see the last 3 games these teams played? There was like an average margin of victory that was like 50 points, and we have Wake losing by 24 after losing our quarterback Jamie Newman that goes to Georgia. We covered the spread. We covered the spread against the best
34.
team in the country. Number one
Yeah,
team in the country. What did we lose by 24 points?
24. Yeah, I saw.
Only good things ahead for Wake. We have what? NC State next week, easy dub. Number 10 Notre Dame, easy dub. If we can like
You think
mathematically
10 Notre
speaking,
Dame is an easy dub?
uh, mathematically speaking, if you lose to the first team in the country by 24, you play the second team. That's gonna be around the seventh best team in the country. You start to win easy games. So
Okay.
it's going to be Wake Forest will blow out Notre Dame, no
Oh,
question. Fans might be there too. I'm not sure about that. I
is
haven't
it in
heard
Wake
really anything.
Forest? Notre Dame
It's
has a
at
lot of
Wake.
fans.
No, that pissed me off. Oh wait, maybe not. I think North Carolina has a state law that fans aren't allowed to go. But the only game I think was for sure canceled was Clemson, Wake Forest, and dude, Notre Dame, Wake Forest was supposed to be in the Panther Stadium.
Ah,
Voice
that would have
crack.
been.
I was supposed to go. Can't go now. I
Would
hope to
Wake
see him
have
play.
packed that out? Like, would it have been filled?
Well, I mean, no,
Oh,
strictly because it's an NFL stadium and we have less than 6,000 kids here.
okay. Yeah, yeah,
And then take into the fact transportation and transporting the actual kids that want to go and watch
yeah.
football.
True,
I mean, it
true.
would have been like it would have been fun atmosphere. It would have been a great time, obviously, because it's just college football and
Yeah.
Wake Forest. Like we enjoy our college football, and we're going to start to. Well, what are we going to finish the year 10-1 probably? I mean, easy,
I mean, we see some of these teams cracking the top 25. Like, you can still do it. You can get in there.
easily. We could. I mean, I'm telling you, mathematically speaking, the communal property of mathematics says that Wake Forest will beat Notre Dame by at least 30 points, probably. So, I mean, my Oklahoma pick looks fucking amazing. What's his name? Is his name? I believe Spencer Rattler.
Rattler.
He is insane. Was 4 touchdowns in the first half.
Yeah, against Missouri State. The game was televised on Soonersports.tv. Pay-per-view. First football game I've ever seen to be on pay-per-view. So, it was good.
Are you kind of downplaying the Oklahoma?
He
one?
looked good, but like
Yeah, but who
let's
lost?
wait till they play a Big 12
Sunday,
game.
Who lost on Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Oklahoma did something different than Dallas Cowboys this week, and that was
and Wake.
That was winning.
We're all losing around here.
You thought the Cowboys were going to win? I know Wake's going to beat Notre Dame. So really, you're being down on a shitty Cowboys team, and I'm just looking up from here because we covered the spread.
Yeah,
we made a lot of gamblers mad. So
that's true. That's true. Minus 34.5. That's it was a big number. It's a big number. Yeah. Clemson, I don't know. It's weird. They never cover big spreads, and then they get to the ACC championship game, and the spread will be like, dude, Steve Gostkowski missed again. He just missed an extra point. It's 4. This one was an extra point. This guy blows.
Dude, he's gonna get cut, obviously now.
Yeah, you gotta cut him.
He's a name though. Like people know his name.
Yeah, I mean, Patriots let him go because he did the same thing with them. Oh, it's so sad just seeing the demise of kickers. It's just so helpless.
Last year, that was so tough.
Yeah, same thing here. It's just so helpless.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what are you gonna do? Yeah. It's your job. You're not doing it, dude. But the Colts went from Vinatieri to Blankenship. Like you're acting like Blankenship's not gonna put up a 25-year career. Like, come on.
Yeah, it's the same guy, but he did miss. He had a tough miss.
Yeah, I mean, it's COVID.
Rookie kicker.
Yeah, rookie in COVID didn't get that much time. He gets a break. The Cowboys. They don't get a break.
Big Ten.
They keep playing with my emotions. They did it for no reason. They're like, we're going to have a vote. Is Big Ten football back? Pause. We didn't vote on Sunday. Fuck all of you. Like, what are you doing? Like, why?
Yeah, I mean, they can really keep playing with me. Like, it's okay. I'll let them. Like, just give me the hope. They're saying October 17th, which if they do it by October 17th, I feel like their teams can just reassimilate into the rest of college football in terms of the bowl games and the playoff. But I mean, I guess you got to hope your team's been practicing. Like, what if some of the teams are just all right, take a few weeks off, and then all of a sudden,
Greggy's been getting the team going and practicing.
Sure.
They had the whole team got COVID and they just bonded over COVID. That Rutgers is better because of COVID. There's gonna be some upsets.
They said
what'd they say?
They said Harbaugh with Michigan. They said he had practice the day they announced it was canceled. He sent a message to the team we're still practicing today. But conversely, it's Michigan that's actually holding the whole thing up. So
why are they holding the whole thing up?
They're just too smart. They don't want to play. It's always the smart schools.
Fuck. Come on, are you kidding me? Play without Michigan. We don't really need Michigan. Rutgers beat them already a couple of years ago. So
yeah, sure.
There's no need. Yeah. But no, they can also continue to play with my emotions. I just want to see Rutgers play. I mean, I'm also excited for Rutgers basketball. I know I'm at Wake, but Rutgers they're there in my heart. I've been day one supporter, but it is what it is.
They said they're going to play basketball. They're Big Ten's we're playing basketball, but football's still up in the air. It makes no sense. What if
the seasons will overlap with one another, and you're going to have football, which is definitely safer to play during the coronavirus.
They're talking about bubbles for basketball, but I don't know how you can do it. Yeah, exactly. How you're basically being the scholarship, the student athlete part. We're just kind of going to suspend that. and
Like,
you're
yeah,
just going to
the
be
point
athletes
of a
still not
bubble
going to
is
pay.
to take these athletes away from the outside. And I don't know how you can quarantine an athlete at a college unless you're like, this is the college dorm and this is your area of athletes. You guys cannot leave here. Because, like, you have at Rutgers, it's a huge school, and a lot of Big Ten schools are huge schools. Like, how are you going to stop them from going anywhere? Like, the problem won't be the kids, like the athletes. The problem's going to be the kids at the school hanging out with the athletes and running into them with COVID. So
Yeah.
we'll see how it is. I mean, COVID, no COVID, I would love to see basketball and football come back for the Big Ten.
Yeah, just one more thing about the Big Ten. Like, I feel like with the like you saw, like it was looking for a while, like there's no way they play. And then because I feel like when they canceled, they thought the rest of the Power Five was gonna like follow their lead,
Mhm.
and be like, yeah, we're gonna cancel too. And then nobody did.
No
Like
one
they
did.
just, I mean, Pac-12 did, but that's probably gonna
Pac-12,
happen anyway.
they're
But
they're P words.
yeah, they so I feel like this, like they were just like sitting around feeling like assholes this weekend. Like for the most part, the games went off like without a hitch. Like they looked good. Like it was good play. Like you
They
didn't
no,
really
it
hear
was
about
definitely
any
a good play. I
cases.
enjoyed watching. Wake Forest had a fantastic. Like they lost, but I don't know if you caught the catch the Wake Forest player made on the sideline. I don't know if you were paying attention to any of that game, but he made a fantastic catch. They lost by 24, covered the spread, but no, it was still quality football. I enjoyed football being back. I want more football though. I want it more. I want Big Ten. I need Big Ten. But
I agree. I agree.
quick Yankees stuff. 5 game
Sure.
win streak. They stole a game from the Blue Jays. I'm a huge Yankees fan. Anyone out there that also is. They almost got swept with the Blue Jays. Stole it with air quotes a game from them, which they shouldn't be stealing. They should be sweeping. Then they swept the Orioles, which like at the point in the season right now, it shouldn't be a concern whether or not the Yankees can beat the Orioles. But when it's like, are the Yankees going to beat the Orioles? I'm glad they did. I'm glad they swept. I don't know if they're back or not. I would like to say that they are back because there's getting word that Stanton and Judge might be coming back soon. But is it worth it for them to come back right now? I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, is it worth it? Like I'd say yeah, because like right now they're a 7 seed. I mean, I guess is it worth it in the
But
sense like
right now, like next week, come back.
yeah, I guess the argument for no would be you're just betting on them getting hurt again and missing the
Mhm.
playoffs. But at the same time, like right now they're the 7 seed and they're playing the Rays, and I have no faith. Like honestly, like Judge and Stanton, like maybe if they're in, you beat the Rays, but the Rays have had their number. Even in the early games, they had Judge and
They just
Stanton, so I
destroy.
don't think
It's terrible. They just destroy the Yankees every single game.
yeah, so I think right now you got to do whatever you can to move up in the standings. You're still behind
For
Toronto in
sure.
the AL East, so I
Yeah,
think
I
you
think that's gonna
back.
switch. I don't think. I mean, the Yankees, they're a hot and cold team right now. They seem like they're getting hot. Luke Voigt's an absolute tank. DJ LeMahieu's always good. Gleyber Torres, I mean, I think he might be starting to get going a little bit, but he definitely needs to pick it up. And with the addition of Stanton and Judge to the lineup, I think you definitely make a run. Like we've seen them make runs before with that lineup. And Garrett Cole gets back into it, and maybe they get some other starting pitchers to get going. But they could definitely make a run of the 1 seed. I don't think they're gonna
A
like not the
one
1 seed. No,
seed.
no, not the 1 seed, like the AL East
Oh,
title,
oh, yeah,
which
yeah.
I don't know what's gonna happen, but I think they're definitely gonna be like come above the Blue Jays. I think they'll end 2 in the AL East, and then they make it further than the Rays though for sure in the playoffs.
Yeah,
I have no
yeah.
question in my mind that the Rays are probably like a first round out.
Yeah, and we all know it's an asterisk season anyway. It's like really doesn't matter what happens. But
Yeah, I
honestly,
mean
like
asterisks. I mean like there's not going to be an asterisk next to a 28, but like an asterisk next to like a Rays championship or like a
yeah,
Dodgers championship.
sure.
Yeah.
For all
Actually,
29 other teams, asterisk.
will you give the Dodgers this championship after getting
No,
screwed over by the Astros?
no, asterisk. Anyone but New York Yankees, asterisk.
Asterisks. Yep.
Yeah.
Agreed. All right.
But
Yep. Just had to make
just
sure.
one more thing about the Judge Stanton thing. I feel like
Yeah.
if they come back, I mean, Stanton, I feel
Healthy.
like,
He's never going to get healthy.
yeah, I
Done.
feel like,
That's going to be
but
a
like
tough
if Judge
contract.
comes back and gets hurt again, like I feel like Yankees fans are really going to start to turn on him. Like it started to tip against him with this last one.
But
with the
then he
calf.
did so well this year. And you're like,
No, but
he's
when
an
he came
MVP.
back for like a game and then just got
Mhm.
hurt, like
It's got-
when they
okay,
remember
okay,
this
yeah.
latest one, like when that happened, it started to like I personally like I'm gonna fucking be enraged if it happens again. Like I'm gonna be
Just,
part
like,
of the masses.
Why do you keep getting hurt? Like, I understand that it's such a like you use like it's always like okay, like I'm in the field, go. I gotta go right now. I gotta break on it. It's like your legs are getting like you're getting like moving all the time and like it's quick fast twitch muscles. You get the right there on the turn, and like if you're bigger, you can't get the fast twitch muscles to go as fast. And then when you try to, you're gonna like tear something maybe, but like there's got to be a way around it. Like big people have played, and I guess big people always get hurt. So like I don't know what you're gonna do to make yourself healthy. If you get hurt again, and if they play next year and you get hurt again, do they go on the trade block?
Yeah, I mean, it'd be Judge, I don't know about the trade block, but they haven't paid him yet. So, like, there's definitely going to be questions. Like, do we pay this guy? But Stanton, dude, ever since
huge contract.
Huge contract. And, dude, I feel like ever since he came over in that first game and he struck out, like, what, 5 times, there was already, well, like, no, that day.
The first game at Yankee Stadium, but I remember the first game they played Toronto and he had 2 home runs and everyone was like, let's fucking go. Like
remember that game in the cold? They booed him?
Dude, but his first game as a Yankee was was against the Blue Jays. I remember in school.
I remember that too. That was in
Toronto.
Right? Yeah.
His home debut, I believe, was dog shit.
Yeah. I did that. He struck out 5 times, and literally that day, you heard people on the radio, like the Mike Francesas of the world, trade him, get him out. Like they're so impatient.
Yeah, dude. But, I mean, now you're looking at it and be like, he can't play the field. Gets hurt all the time. Can we get a draft pick or a young prospect for him?
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like I don't understand salary cap in baseball at all. It basically just seems like there is none. Just pay guys.
I think there isn't. Yeah.
If the Yankees,
especially in New York,
enough,
yeah,
like you're rich enough, just do it. But then again, if you could get other pieces, then yeah, maybe.
I mean, yeah, obviously, if you can get other pieces like they did with Garrett Cole and not have to trade Stanton, then keep Stanton and just build around all the other guys. But maybe they do like a we'll trade you away and then bring you back like they did with the Aroldis Chapman.
Sure, a little rental.
Except for they can't do that because his contract expires in like 15 years, 20 years, 30 years. He's a Yankee for life. Yeah. All right, time to move on to the holy shit, that was brutal. Time to move on to the segments. We're gonna bring back We're in College every Thursday and every time we record a Thursday and Monday. So for Friday and Tuesday, I feel like that was a nice segment to have. But we also have a new one, Educate Yourself, which we're going to end the shows with on Monday nights, Tuesdays when you hear it. So we'll get to that later. But we are in college. You got any interesting college stories to talk about?
Yeah, I do. So we mentioned breakout rooms in the last one.
Kid didn't know what a breakout room was on TikTok.
I saw that.
That was alarming. Had to be joking.
Probably like an elementary school or something. I don't know. There's young kids on there.
He looked like he was like a high school. I think it was.
No.
Yeah, no, it was
fucking stupid.
But
yeah, there's So I had another today in one of these classes. It's like a peer leaders classes. Like, you know, for those who didn't attend Burns High School, for anyone who may be listening.
Peer leader is a thing everywhere.
Oh, good. Yeah. So it's like
kids, peer leaders.
Good. So it's like an older fucking kid like teaches younger kids about life and shit.
Older kids in like a sophomore or junior, senior, teaches freshman, not like a high schooler who's going to a lunch school.
Yeah, right. So I'm the freshman in this situation, being led by a senior, and so like it's just like bullshit, like icebreakers and stuff, and it's just really not helpful. Which I'm an awkward hunk of shit. So like every time in those situations, I just like, I have nothing to say. But
like, hi, my name's Noah.
Yeah, exactly. So this one, the icebreaker is make your virtual background your favorite place in the world. So I went Yankee Stadium. I was like, all right, I'm gonna be sitting here in Yankee Stadium. Like I like Yankee Stadium. It's cool. But
that's the thing is, place in the world.
It was off the top of the dome. Like, what was I gonna do?
It's like a vacation spot you could have done. You could have just like a beach. Like, how many people put up a beach?
Every kid put beach. I want to be different.
All right, then be different.
One fucking dud put his bed. Like, oh, that's your favorite place. Your life sounds like it sucks. You never leave your bed. But so I did Yankee Stadium, and then. But the thing is, my virtual background, as I'll show you, it really doesn't work well. So instead,
I don't even know how to do a virtual background.
Yeah, I struggled as well, as I'll show you. Like, instead of encompassing my whole background and then me in the background, it's just like my background stayed the same and it changed my body. So I was just set. Oh, wait, it's doing it now. Fuck. All right, that's actually
pretty shitty. I mean, that isn't.
No, it is shitty, but goddamn. So basically what happens before is I'm sitting here and like it doesn't do my. I'll try to rotate. All right, it's working now. Oh wait,
Yeah,
no,
it is
yeah, all
working a
right.
little bit. Whoa, dude, I've never done this before. What up? What good? They know
That is
exactly where I
cool.
am. So did everyone just do this one?
Yeah, that's exactly what kids did. That like beach one. But
This is
what
so sick.
mine oh wait, now my
Oh,
camera's off. All right, now I gotta get the shit off. But anyway, what mine did, it didn't like do my full background. It just showed like my face as the background. So like my head was just like the green grass of Yankee Stadium. Like you could see like second base on my fucking schnoz, right? So like, and I didn't realize it was like this. So like I'm
how'd
just
you
chilling
get?
there.
How did you even get the screen? I'm so
I just
confused.
like downloaded the image. I don't know. But like, yeah, I was just sitting there and with like a green face. Like my face is just like the outfield. And I don't know it's like this. I just thought it like wasn't working. And I
Mhm.
see in the chat some girl puts, "Why is this kid's face green?"
You got called off. Oh, dude, it seems like your breakout rooms just aren't gonna get any better for the rest of the year. Kind of seems like you're
Yeah.
screwed.
No, I actually misspoke because I have a further breakout room story. This is not in a breakout room. This is with like all 12 people. So this
Oh, that's
goes to
kind
the
of
whole
even worse.
class. And my
Oh,
two main
jeez.
problems with the comment. One, I was referred to as this kid. Dude, we're on
The
Zoom.
name's
Like
on the
my
screen.
name's there. My name is there. This
It is a
kid, like
lowercase though. That's kind of tough. Kind
yeah,
of
it's always
beta.
like that, dude. When fucking side note about the Zoom names, whatever, like my college email account, the Rutgers one, it puts my name in all caps. It's like it's screaming it at people, like no, you know. All right, but yeah. So she called me this kid. Like that's like what I refer to people like when I'm chirping them, like oh look
Yeah,
at
no,
this kid,
that's
you know. It's
offensive.
like
You should
it's
take offense
chirp.
to that. Yeah, that's a
And
chirp.
two, you're calling me out in the chat, like you've got a microphone, it works.
You
Like
could
say it
literally
to my
unmute
face.
yourself and be like, "Hey, Noah, your face is green."
Yeah. If you like say, why is this kid's face green? And you know, we can hash it out. But it's like to put it in the chat, I took offense to that. So
That's
we're
so
enemies
funny
now.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely understandable. Dude, I
Yeah.
thought it was a breakout room. Having it in front of like the whole class makes it so
Yeah.
much. Zoom is just so awkward. It's like going back in puberty and just having voice cracks in class when your teacher's like, "All right, so we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna read today," and then like you just like, and then you just like go crazy with the
Yeah.
voice cracks. That's the basically essential comparison to this Zoom. It's
Yeah.
brutal, dude.
What
It is brutal.
what do you have for your event?
All right, so I feel like I've matured as I like going to the gym and seeing people work out. I mean, like I understand. I used to be an asshole. Maybe if someone wasn't doing something right, I'd like be like, haha, like look at this kid. But I've evolved. I've matured throughout my years, and I'm like, hey, you're at the gym. I'm props to you. If someone calls you out, I'm gonna shut them down. Stop being a dick to this person. They're getting out. They're working out. They're trying to get better. For the
Sure.
gym fuckers that go so hard that they like have the dumbbells, they got like their 15-pound dumbbells in their hands, like, huh, huh, and like they bounce with their dumbbells. Like, what are you doing? And then the gym hardos coming in with a cut-off t-shirt, wrapping around these things so you can like hold the bar better, get stronger wrist strength. And then there's this one dude that's like, you can't like deadlift on the ground, but he just drops this thing on the ground. He lifts it up, drops it. It's so loud. I keep looking back and staring at him, and it looks like he has like 25 on each side of the bench. He goes back, benches it, and just throws it on the rack. It's like the noise was
Like
so
letting everyone
annoying
know. Like I'm lifting.
that, hey, I'm so sick. And then he had like the things on his wrist to like make sure his wrist didn't fail out. Like, what? Like you're
Yeah.
trying to like come off as like this sick dude, but you can't even hold up your own weight. And then like I looked over at him one time, like I wanted him to know that I didn't like him.
Yeah.
Like, and he wasn't noticing me because he had his face down and he was doing some dumb shit like this, getting ready to put up his 45 pounds on the bench press. So it really pissed me off. So like, I feel like when you're outside of college, there's gym etiquette.
Yeah.
There's no gym etiquette. I'm the only,
Huh.
I'm bringing the gym etiquette. And then there's just, maybe it's just this one guy and he's just ruining it for me.
Well,
But it was
okay.
brutal.
Allow me to come to his defense. If you're not grunting, if you're not slamming weights, if you're not taping your wrist, if you're not cutting off your
In all fairness, I was over exaggerating or under exaggerating. This dude was big and he's put up big weights, but it just like, come on, I don't care. It was like
Okay,
one of
well,
those
if you're doing all those things, how are you supposed to let females know I'm a potential mating option? Like pick me.
because there is social distancing in the gym. So there's 5 other males at the racks with you, and the guy signing us in was a dude. So that's how I know that this dude wasn't sending out mating calls to the
Well,
female.
okay, allow me to rephrase. How
Okay.
is this guy, in the absence of those things, supposed to let the other males know, hey, if we're competing for the same female, I'm your superior? How is he supposed to send that message to the fellas?
Because one, when I kept looking over and staring and trying to be like, hey, fuck off, I noticed that he was big and then he was the leg weight that he was trying to do wasn't as impressive as the benching. But to me, what is more intimidating and asserts alphaness more is if I go to the rack and I put up 250 on a bench press alone, and then I'll go like, and I can't do 250, but then I'll deadlift like 400, and I'm doing that silently, where I just have people notice me. I'm like, oh shit, like that dude's
Damn.
fucking throwing up weight and is just not saying a word. Then I'm like, that's respect. That's the alpha of the gym. But when you're trying to throw your weight back and then you're drumming like crazy on your bench, you're just like,
Yeah.
fuck
Like
off.
who you showing off for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, the
I
5 other
mean,
guys in the gym with you.
yeah. It's real I don't know. Yeah, it is weird. Like I'm not on a college campus, but I did definitely notice when I used to do the visits before COVID, and I'd always visit the gyms. Like it was definitely something I noticed. Like
The
college
gym's
gyms,
nice.
like
They're
yeah,
nice,
they're
dude.
nice, but like the etiquette of the people in there
Not
just kind
there.
of goes away. Yeah,
Non-existent. Especially
yeah.
with COVID. Like I feel like you should have more etiquette. I also got COVID tested this morning. I believe I am 3 for 3 with a negative test. So I'm just kind of bodying COVID as it is. And I expect
Oh,
nothing
dude, we're
less.
sick at beating COVID on
We are
this
just
show.
so nice at beating COVID. I got sent into COVID territory in college. I'm going to beat it. I've beaten it throughout quarantine. We will not get stopped by COVID. I mean,
I think
honestly,
1,000.
we are batting 1,000. You were in the heart of COVID.
Yeah,
You came back negative.
stared it in the
Come
dick.
back negative.
Yeah.
And just beat the shit out of it. We're beating the shit out of COVID. If you need COVID advice, come to us. We got you on how to beat it. All right. New segment.
Oh wait, I
Educate
got
your-
one quick breakout room
This
story.
happens too. This happens
Apologies.
too many times.
Apologize.
Too
It's okay.
many
Dude,
times.
there's a weird like Zoom delay, so like the audio doesn't follow the mouth as much. Like you don't know. It's a weird like
No,
not the
we're
same as
gonna
in person.
Curling in the commission is
But
gonna hit absolutely different when we get in the same room.
for sure. But yeah, just a quick breakout room story. So it's that same like peer leader thing, right? We get into a 3-man breakout room, and the lady who's running it is like, okay, it's gonna be 10 minutes, and the activity is one that takes 30 seconds max. Again, another icebreaker, like, how's your week? What are you looking forward to next week? It's just like, all right. My week was okay. I have nothing to look forward to. I'm looking forward to when this ends. But it's like so, and she's giving us 10 minutes to do that, and there's 3 of us, so that's done in a minute. So
That's
you're just
easy,
looking at
yeah.
the clock, you're like, all right, we've got 9 minutes, we're gonna have to put in some work so this doesn't stay silent, right? So it's me and these 2 girls, and this one girl goes like, yeah, it's like part of her like thing was like, yeah, I'm looking forward because I don't have to work this week, and I'm a tennis instructor. And she was the last one to go, so like we're approaching like awkwardness territory.
And this is like
and
8.5 minutes left now.
Yeah, exactly. And so I hear her be like tennis instructor, and guess who watched the U.S. Open final last night?
Noah
Fucking this guy.
Gagnon.
So yeah, so I was like, this is my chance. I'm gonna be the guy. I'm gonna be the leader here who saves it. And so I was like, oh, you like tennis? Did you see the U.S. Open final last night? She's like, no, I didn't watch. Silence for 8 minutes after that.
How are you a tennis instructor and you don't watch a U.S. Open final?
It was sick too. I actually did watch it. I went to a fucking
I didn't watch a
tie
second
break.
of it.
I had a wager on it, but it went to a tie break in the 5th set, and fucking it's literally the tennis equivalent of it coming down to game 7, bases loaded, 3-2 count, bottom of the 9th. Like it's what it came down to. It was fun.
Really?
So I was prepared for this talk, and she's like, no, I didn't watch. I'm like, oh,
That's
all right.
but like low key, like she probably did.
Yeah,
Like
she's
I
probably
don't.
just like,
I hate to be that guy, but she probably did watch it.
damn. So you're just saying she didn't want to talk to me about it?
Like that's a potential. You know what? No. No, she didn't watch it.
Thanks.
She's just an instructor. Like she just enjoys the grind, but not watching. Like she'd rather.
Yeah.
She's salty. She wasn't there. She's salty. She's the one that didn't get hit in the throat by the tennis ball.
Yeah. Wow. It's what I wanted
Dude,
out of her
breakout
once she told me that. Yeah.
That's just breakout rooms.
Okay.
Are just no one
Well,
likes breakout rooms.
Before we get into this next segment, I have to take a piss and a half. So let's take a quick break. Fucking pause.
Time for the new segment, Educate Yourself. This week, we'll do it every Monday. Noah is going to educate the audience, educate me, and we're going to see where we go. Next week, it's up to me, but new segment, here we go. So what you got?
New segment. I'm excited about this one. I've decided to bring to the limelight the delightful sport of chess boxing. Now.
What?
Yes. Chess boxing.
I am intrigued.
The Dutch sport founded by the great Dutchman Ayipe Rubink, rest his soul, in 2003. He's drunk in a bar with the boys,
Okay,
and he says to himself,
great story.
yeah, I like chess. I like boxing. Let's fucking put them together.
I'm going to take a guess about how this is played and tell me if I'm close.
Sure.
All right. So you have the two boxers. I'm saying there's two people, and you make a move. If you make a move and can take another person's chess piece, you get a punch.
No, not really.
Fuck, really?
Yes, the match consists of 11 alternating rounds of chess and boxing. You got a 4-minute speed round of chess, which means a move every 10 seconds, and a 3-minute standard boxing round. And then after it goes chess, then gloves are applied.
Ooh, there's
boxing.
11. There's 11 rounds.
6 chess, 5 boxing.
Okay.
It goes. So you play your chess round. You put on your boxing gloves. You take off your boxing gloves, and then for the chess, you put on headphones to block out crowd noise. There is a crowd.
What type? Like how many people are showing up to this chess boxing?
Not many. Not many.
Like maybe 10 or a little more than 10.
I mean, if we're eliminating hyperbole, I would say realistically, I'd say maybe 600 for the big ones.
Are you being serious?
Yeah.
600 people pay to watch this.
I mean, I don't know. I didn't do the research on ticket prices, but yeah, they get a decent crowd.
Still, like that's like we're pulling up to a match.
Sure, let's go down to Amsterdam.
Is it called a match?
Yes, it's a match.
I love Amsterdam.
Yeah. And the participants can win via KO, checkmate,
dude, what? Via.
That's how they say it that's how they say it in the Dutch.
Really?
As a tribute.
Okay.
Yeah. And or judge's decision.
All right, so you said
if it
KO, what was the other one?
Checkmate.
So wow, boxing, really just boxing, chess, and then.
And if it goes to decision, this is where we really get into the intricacies of chess boxing. Mm-hmm. If we go to decision, we're basically throwing the chess part out the window. The judges are exclusively scoring the boxing. Okay. And do you have any guess what the tiebreaker is? Say it's a draw. We don't do ties in the sport. So what is the tiebreaker?
Really? Okay. Chess, boxing, Denmark, Amsterdam.
Not Denmark.
Not Denmark.
Netherlands.
Do they chug a brew?
That would be sick. Let's submit that. But no. The player, it's very simple. Whoever has the black chess pieces gets the tiebreak. So no real skill involved. If you have black, you win.
Ooh. That's like that game Othello, except for a little different. I don't know if you ever know what Othello is, but that game slaps. But what?
Yes.
That's absurd.
Yeah, it's
so basically
really
the point of the game is just to not get KO'd.
No. This is if it goes to decision, like you won the boxing, like the judges can give you the decision, but it's if the decision comes down to a draw. You know, are you familiar with the 10-point must system?
I'm not. I mean, like enough to the point where the critical hits, right?
Well, yeah. Essentially, the round winner gets 10 points, round loser 9 or less. So if that comes down to a draw, then it goes to the black piece.
I feel like that would happen way more often.
No, very rare. I mean, in fighting, yeah. In boxing, it's a little more common. But, yeah, you don't really see judges' decisions coming down to a draw, especially because a 5-round fight. So someone wins 3 rounds, the other guy wins 2. You win.
Dude, that's like – you got to be, like, talented to be able to box and play. I want to see these boxing gloves. Like, there's no way it's like I'm getting taped up every. Like that'd be a long match. Like
No, no,
this, how long?
they do. They tape them up.
They take a long. How long does
They
this
don't know.
match
They don't
take?
tape up the hands. They just rip off the gloves.
No, I know, but like, doesn't it take a while to throw like on like you gotta put on the like? Don't you tape the hand? Put on the glove.
Hand tapes
tape
the
glove.
long part. They can slide the glove on and off pretty easily. I was watching some film, but
Yeah, I want to see some of this film. I'm definitely intrigued. Like I'm educated. What is it?
yes,
What's the formal name?
chess boxing is the sport name. The league. This is where we get into some of the modern day history. So yeah, 2016. The FIDA, Federación Internacional de Chess, International Chess Association.
You just pulled the accent out of nowhere. That was so sick.
The the international the Federation of Chess. They were making a real push to put this in the Olympics, and
oh my god, that'd be so sick.
yes. But where we get into the problems of the sports is with the WCBO, World Chess Boxing Organization. It's just
legit.
They've got this concept, right? You know, good sport, interesting, but they really failed from an organizational standpoint. You know, they could not put the pieces together to get this thing organized. To elaborate on that,
do they need some help? Do they need some help? Like, do they need us? Like, do they
well,
need us to step in?
we'll get to some ideas that you and I could throw out there, but just to elaborate on the failure. Current world champion, Nikolai Sajin, Russian, won in
weight
KO.
Class? Weight class? Like, what are we looking at?
Heavyweight. There are weight classes. Good question. He's a heavyweight. Yes. He knocked out Andy the Rock Costello. When did this happen?
The Rock.
Andy the Rock Costello in 2012. Still remains atop the world rankings. Do you know how many? Do you know how many title defenses he's had since?
I'm gonna guess 2.
0. It's really just disbanded completely as a sport. It had a real.
This is
run.
like a legit. I like this sport. Like I'm interested in this. This is legit.
Yes, yeah. It kind of the WCBO really just fucked itself. It just had no structure, had no leadership. So yeah, it had a bit of a push again when the FIDA made that Olympic push, but I mean since then there hasn't been any. I would love
to see this in the Olympics for sure.
Yeah, I agree. It hasn't been any real traction. So it's largely died. And now its primary function as a sport is more exhibitions. You know, we don't have this championship ranking structure like other combat sports. We're more seeing it as, you know, we're doing, hey, I'm having a charity event. We want people to laugh. Let's bring these two guys in, you know?
That's where they go wrong. That's where they go wrong. You can't do proceeds to charity. You don't show up for a charity event unless you're getting these huge crowds. See? All right, so this is where we step in. Tiebreaker's gone. That's stupid. This sport seems like if it was founded by a drunk man at a bar, you got to end with a chug of a brew.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Same size can, obviously. Maybe just a classic, like, I don't want to say shotgun. Shotgunning, it depends. Crack the brew open, chug.
Are you doing a can chug? Because that can get iffy. Do we pour in a cup?
Okay. Pour in a cup. We'll pour in like a glass cup. We'll pour in a glass cup. And brew of your choice. We won't discriminate against the beer choice because, you know, some people have beer that goes down easier, I would assume, than others. So you get to choose your beer. But has to be same level alcohol, has to be same amount, obviously. So that is an electric tiebreaker I feel like a lot of people would want to see.
Yeah.
Shorten the game. I think shorten it.
Shorten, really? Okay. Well, let me elaborate on this. The checkmate outcome is very rare. Very rare. So if you're shortening it, you're compressing your odds for a finish. So, you know, looking at the numbers, not a lot of checkmates in this.
Well, how long are the rounds for boxing?
3-minute boxing rounds, 4-minute chess rounds with 1 minute to apply gloves in between.
If you switched them.
You think you switch them?
Allowed for more KOs. Because I'd assume where you start to lose people's attention, except for the chess players, is when they start to play chess. So if you play faster, more intense chess in the 3 minutes, and then you have people just swinging hammers for 4 minutes instead of 3 minutes, you will allow for more excitement. People will get the 3 minutes kind of like Okay, chess. Is he gonna get it? And we're back to boxing and hitting people.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's where we got to switch it. We got to make it 4-3. Keep the rounds. That's fine. Beer check at the end. Get it twending. Wow. Get it trending on Twitter. What is it? The WBCO?
WCBO, but that's dead.
WC.
It's dead.
But it's dead. Make our own.
Make our own.
All right, so we got a lot to do today. Hashtag free Stafford. Hashtag make our own.
Where I think they went, I agree with your rule changes. One more thing I may add for a rule standpoint is a lot of dead space when we're taking gloves on and off, you know? Let's keep the gloves on and let's just have a guy next to us to move our pieces, you know? Like, hey, Frank, move the rook, you know? I think that speeds it up.
What if you had a boxer and a chess player? Team.
That would be interesting. Well, that gets to my next point on how to bring it back. I think where they really went wrong in terms of gaining popularity is who they were bringing in. You're getting these guys. I'm kind of a chess player. I'm kind of a boxer. I'm average at both. Let me chess box. What I want to see, my dream matchup, Magnus Carlsen, number 1 ranked chess player in the world, number 1 all time, versus Floyd Mayweather. Now, what you see here's we have a real contrast. Can Floyd Mayweather survive 3 minutes of chess or 4 minutes of chess with the best ever and then kick the shit out of him if he does it? Now,
all right, then you'd have to go chess first, right?
Yeah, you'd have to go chess first. Yeah. Or can this guy say, I mean, imagine seeing the panic on this guy's face when he's like, I didn't get the checkmate, and now I got to just fight Mayweather.
That would be electric for sure, but it's kind of like I'm going to pay to go see this. It's going to end. It's over in the first round.
Yeah, for sure. That's why maybe we get an undercard going, you know? Deontay Wilder versus a larger one.
Like you start with like the more average at both, and you continue to go up and up and up and up and up to the point where it's Mayweather or Loki Wilder would be unfair. Wilder's knocking out the best chess player in the world.
I think any box player is knocking out any chess player, any boxer, excuse me. But if you resist against this idea of chess versus boxing, what I also suggest is we have 2 chess players go at it, and then just watch these fat fucks try to box each other.
Fat? You think they're fat?
Some are skinny. Actually, Magnus Carlsen is in shape, but some of them.
I think chess players. I don't know. I'm picturing a chess player. I don't know why that chess players are in shape. That's what I got in my mind. So I'm thinking that I think we have to have both. I think to start it off, we need one big name to agree to beat the shit out of a chess player, or other way around. You need one big chess player to be like, I'm going to absolutely embarrass this guy where he can't throw a punch on me. That's great. Get trash talk going. You're going to have smart trash talk, and then you're going to have like, I'm going to beat your face in trash talk. Boom. Money rolling in right out the gate. Continue slowly advance to the more chess side, but have these chess players get better at boxing to where it can be interesting. And then that first tie, dude, chess players can absolutely just down bruise. So you get the tie, and then you're like, oh shit, first ever tiebreaker, more money. I mean, see ya.
That's I think it definitely has a chance to take off. And I mean, keep in mind with Mayweather, he's an idiot. He can't read. So if we get him,
true.
Yeah, I know it's true.
No matter how big of an idiot you think someone is, when they just pull up with like racks and racks and racks and racks and racks, you did something right in life.
Yeah, but if you can't read, I really doubt that you're gonna. I just like to see the guy just stare at a chessboard incompetently, just hoping he can survive.
With the amount of money he has, and however long we end up giving these people to train, would the chess player become better at boxing, or would Mayweather become better at being a chess player? Because Mayweather only has to last 3 minutes.
Yes, but 3 minutes. Oh, he has to last 4 minutes of chess. But keep in mind,
we're switching it.
Oh, in our rules, okay. But keep in mind, it's also speed chess, so that's a move every 10 seconds. So he has to last a lot of moves.
Fuck.
But yeah, I mean,
that's tough,
think
because chess, dude.
I think the boxer could get. I wish I knew more about chess. It's fucking hard.
Same. Maybe we need a chess player to get on here.
I feel like maybe you get a chess guy and just really just like, if he gets a year, right? You could just teach the guy, because like
Oh,
A guy like
you can't give a guy a
Mayweather,
year. You can put
yeah,
on
say they both have a
pounds in a
year.
year.
Like a guy like Mayweather, dude, he's had his whole life to read and he couldn't figure it out. Like he's fucking dumb. I
Yeah,
don't
but
think he's figuring out chess.
he hasn't had to figure out reading because he's so good at boxing.
I don't care who you are, how much money you have. Like reading is something you should be able to get
Dude,
done.
he can read. Like he has to be able to
Dude,
read.
we might, if we get some advanced editing, we'll splice in the clip of him reading the radio ad. Dude, you know the word iHeartRadio?
Mhm.
He was like heart radio. Like he cannot read. He can't read. But
Sounded like he said heart radio perfectly fine to me.
I guess, yeah. But I don't know. Maybe you could teach a chess guy to go into a real defensive shell just to survive. But
True. That's true.
And maybe one of these guys just has a crazy fucking chin, you know, just God given and just can eat a shot.
Sometimes double chins work to people's advantage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow,
Well, that's chess boxing.
That was fantastic. We are the new CEOs of chess boxing. Almost. We'll bring our ideas to the real CEOs and see if they'll work with us. But that was fantastic. First, educate yourself segment. That was so enjoyable. That was absurd. I want to become a chess boxer.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to learn chess and boxing, but it'd be fun.
Well, you got a little background in karate.
Sure.
So, yeah, this weekend I also got a fresh cut. So
nice fade
on that. Yeah,
you look like Zion.
Appreciate it. I mean, the lady really hit me up. She did me right. I mean, this is end of the day, but yeah, well, great podcast.
All right. Thanks for listening, and
appreciate all you guys. Thanks for always listening, sticking with us.
Yep.
Peace out.
And goodbye.